Probably shouldn't be doing this with dirty hands, but have a look at that. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Yep. Pretty good. It's actually really good. This is actually the first bushcraft shelter I've ever made. I'm just using my construction background to try and tie all this in, but I think we should do all right. If you do have any pointers though, don't hold back, drop them down in the comments below. Sweet. I'm just gonna put a bit of rope around the tree for a minute, just so I know what level to put this back on, because that was half the issue, was trying to get the right level. So we'll just put a marker at the top of this, and then I'll take her down and check it out. So I've just got my 2 V-cuts there, and we're just gonna notch it in between and mallet that section out. How delicious does this checkout look right here? So that's 1, 2, and then we're gonna mount it between these 2 trees again. I've just run 2 strings across here, front and back, just so we can get our level across. So I'm just going to knock it down. If you can keep an eye on it for me, that'd be great. Beautiful, like a jigsaw puzzle. And this is the marker at the front of my deck so that I know both of the beams run out to the exact same depth. Nice. I'm just using a square lash. It's actually super simple knot to tie. Basically, you just want to tie your rope off to the beam. Doesn't matter what knot you use. I've just used a clove hitch here, just make it up if you want to, but then come around the log and just make sure that's super tight. Just make sure you're layering the rope every time you come around one on top of the other, keep it nice and neat. So we're going to go around 3 times. And 1, 2, 3. Now that we've done our pattern of wraps around this actually is just holding the log there, but it's not tight yet. So we're going to wrap around the bindings, and that's going to pinch it in, and that's what's actually going to tighten this knot. And then we've just done our wraps around that there, which is pulled in these ropes that we did. And then we're just going to lock that off with another half hitch. They're actually a super simple knot to tie and really bloody strong. Let's go suss out the other side. And a really tidy looking knot as well. Beauty. Beautiful. The first floorboard's finally going in. Woo. So that's the 3 outside beams put up. I've got a 4th one to go over the front, but before I do that, I want to chuck a couple of posts in the ground. 1 here, 2 and 3, and we'll run a little handrail and a little return across there and some stairs. This will be the deck just here. And once that 4th beam's in, I can just start slapping down floorboards. That's a pretty tasty looking join right there. Oh, this shovels, it keeps cracking on every shovel load I try and get out. She's pretty old. Sorry if I'm not my usual self today. Unfortunately, I lost my best mate, my little sausage dog back in Australia 2 days ago. So it's definitely been a tough couple of days, and just coming out here and working on this has kept my mind off of it so I can deal with it in little bite-sized chunks. And yeah, I'm lucky to have this here. And yeah, missed the little guy. He was a bloody legend. Oh. Nice. Just sort of figuring out where to put this 3rd post. This will be my little bar here. Probably about there, I reckon. It's pretty perfect. That's our 3 balcony posts being put in now. So we're going to run a little handrail across here and one with a little return back to the tree over here, but pretty happy with those. Now it's time to get those slats put down. So we're going to start with this last one here, which will complete the 4 sides of our floor structure and tie these posts all in together to stop them moving. Tell you what, that was definitely satisfying. But look at this bloody mess. It's like, I don't know, have you ever had those cheese stringers, how you pull off the cheese and donk them? Reminds me of that anyway. Now I've got to clean all this bloody mess up. Good one. Whew. I've been cutting heaps and heaps of bloody wood. Check out all this. In preparation to put all our floor down. I've even cut all the overhead beams now to go in as well. So the plan is, I want to put all the straightest pieces as possible along the deck here, because this is where I want to sit and have a few beers in the snow, cooking up some good food, and we'll put all the B grade pieces on the inside there and have a bit of a jigsaw puzzle Tetris game. These nails aren't like they are in Australia. They're just like, the heads on them are just so delicate. If you even slightly mishit it, it just bends and then you end up cooking the nail. We have a deck, baby. Probably be enjoying a nice couple of beers up here. Yeah, I don't really know what sort of dangerous wildlife's in the area. I was talking to a lady about a month ago and she was telling me she saw a pack of wild wolves probably an hour and a half from here, so who knows, they probably are in the area. I know they get a lot of big wild boars around here as well, so at least we're half a chance up here. Just nah. Probably just invite them in and cook them a nice warm meal. It's probably all they're after. Ew! It's getting dark. Tell you what, I am looking forward to a cup of tea though. Might have to call that a day there. Still got to pack everything up and get out of here and get home for dinner. Got a bit of a trek to get home. I'm living about half an hour, 35 minutes away from here. So by the time I pack up and get home, I'm going to be pretty bloody hungry, I reckon. Got a lake just behind here as well, and it's stocked full of fish. We'll go for a fish in one of the coming up episodes, and we'll bring it back and slap it on the fire and have a bit of a cook up. Took a nice Malinois skin out here. Probably shouldn't be doing this with dirty hands, but have a look at that. I don't know if that's showing up too well on the camera. The head of my axe is starting to get pretty slimy from hitting the nails down into the bark, and yeah, just these nails I'm using, they're terrible quality. They're just like a B grade steel, and the slightest little mishit on them and the heads just cook and the belly just bends. And I actually managed to find some better quality nails in a town pretty far away from here, and I loaded up on them and I've run out now. So today I'm back to using these shitty nails, and that's the result. Taking nice chunks of your skin out. Whew. All right, let's get back to it. Stop whinging, eh? We have a floor. I can't tell you how happy I am. It's not been without pain and suffering though. There's been a lot of swearing going on behind the camera. My hands are bloody swollen and shredded to bits. Probably shouldn't have all that dirt going on in them. But hey, we got a floor. Come and check it out. There's about 180 nails have gone in so far. But now I'm gonna get started on these beams and then we'll get started on the roof. But that's one big milestone checked off and I'm stoked. I'm just cleaning these 2 branches up here, and I've got like a Y section on the top. So my thought process was I could put the beam inside the fork of the Y on each side, and then I can adjust its height by kicking the bottom in and out. And in my head, it makes sense. Probably won't make sense when I put it up there, but we'll see how it goes anyway. I've checked the back out here, so that'll sit in there. And I've just checked that one out there also. To be honest, this probably should be the hardest beam to put up across the back here, because once I've got this one up, the runners that are going down the side should be able to rest on the overhang of this back section. So this one might take me a little minute to get up, but hopefully it won't take too long. Here we go. I might just have to put these up a little bit at a time. Uh-oh. Just gonna do these a little bit at a time. Probably, hopefully it doesn't fall. It's actually working a lot better than I thought it would. All right, I can probably go up a little bit more. It's probably going to be the most awkward nail to go in the whole build, and definitely doesn't feel safe throwing an axe head around your neck. Oh, that's a satisfying nail. Here we go. Yep. These Y sections are working so much better than I thought. Keep ripping that skin flap I've got there. Should we rip it off? Yeah, right. It's just been a pain. Oh, nice. So that's my 3 outside beams done. I've got one more to go across the front there, but if I put it at that height, I'll have like a little hobbit store. I'm not the tallest person, but wouldn't mind a human-sized door. This is absolutely rock solid though, way better than I thought it'd come up. This will probably be like my center support that'll hold the roof up as well, but it'll also act as one of the frames for the door, one of the sides of the door. So bloody heavy timber, this one. Let me know where you're watching in from too. I'd love to know, and what sort of shelters you build from where you are around the world, and yeah, how do you utilize your materials? Because in Australia, there's no way I'd be able to make something like this. We've just got like an abundance of hardwoods, and being able to check all the timber out and whatnot, it's just not feasible. Like the one I'm doing here, normally we would probably make like a bony sort of frame structure and take the outer bark off the stringy bark tree and sort of layer that as the skin, the waterproof skin around that, and that's sort of an easy way to build a somewhat permanent shelter. But yeah, let us know where you are in the world and what's your traditional sort of shelter. I'd love to know. Oh, I'm sorry, man. Oh, I didn't mean that. Anyway, this is going to be an interesting hole to dig. A 400mm deep hole there with the square mouth shovel. Not the most appropriate shovel for the job, but we got there. Ooh, that's going to be a big roof. It's going to be a good roof. Whew. Woo. We've got a door frame. That was a bloody pain in the ass, that one. Just holding it, that other end's only just tied up by the rope, so that was a bit of a juggling act trying to hold this and make sure that wasn't coming out, but still managed to hit that in. Woo! Woo! Check out all this snow. Welcome back. I'm gonna get a start on the roof and the walls here, and I'm gonna get a wriggle on because I wanna make sure I get enough time hanging out in this sick shelter while I'm still in Europe. And yeah, let's get stuck into it. I'm just running 2 beams below the roof line here so that my internal wall pieces will pretty much tuck on the inside of this and the inside of that. So I'll probably, just due to the weather, I'm gonna try and get the roof on tomorrow and get the waterproof membrane up. And then that way I can work on the walls when it's raining, because yeah, it's getting hard to come here. I'm getting like 1 or 2 days a week max. So I'll get these beams in and we'll get to it. Shattered all the snow. This is the first day I've had snow and it looked magical this morning, but it's all melted now. At least it rained last night and she's fully dry underneath, so that's one good thing. Oh, this waterproof membrane's been a pain to get up here by myself, just weaving it in and out of the timbers. But I spent all day here yesterday. It was -6 and I worked on it all day and my camera wasn't working because GoPro batteries hate the cold weather, which I found out the hard way. So I'll show you what I'm running at the minute, my setup. I've got my GoPro plugged into a power supply on the stick so I can show you guys what I'm doing on the roof here. But we're nearly getting there. I'm a bit annoyed. It's not as beautiful as it was without the plastic, but I need to waterproof it somehow, and there's just no natural materials around here for me to use. As much as I want it to look sick, I want it to be functional at the same time. So I had to opt for the plastic option, and we'll make it look nice inside anyway. I've just got some pork bacon and pork neck here that I prepared the other day. I'm going to chuck it over the coals, it should go nicely. I've just spent the last few hours putting all this black foil lining up underneath, just A, for added waterproofing, but B, cosmetically, it just didn't look so nice with all the plastic underneath, so the black looks a lot nicer. I'm gonna get stuck into this meat. I've just pulled it off and it looks so juicy. Ooh, have a look at that. So that's some pork neck that I prepared from a pig directly. That's so juicy. Pretty much ready to get started on these walls, so I'm gonna dig into the rest of this meat and we'll make a start. We got the first piece of wall going in. I think I'm up to maybe 20 something days here now. Awesome. Well, that's the first wall up, but my forearm is absolutely minced right now, just hitting nails in left, right and center. This is actually such a spectacular feeling, seeing the walls go up. It's actually starting to feel like a home now. I'm actually so excited to spend a night in this once it's finished. Let's get this back wall cracking. My shelter was dry after 3 days of absolute torrential rain, so that's one really positive sign. We've got a back wall, baby. It's really starting to feel like a home now. Ooh, have a look at that. Have a look at that. Some fresh smoked pork. Unreal. How bloody sick is this? Well, I've got 3 sides of all the walls up now. Let me know what you think of my design. I sort of just come up with it as I was building it. If you don't like it, kind of hurts my feelings a little bit. Anyway, I've been stripping down some bark off some bigger logs, some thicker logs, so we've got a nice cosmetically pleasing front of the house. So I'm gonna get stuck into it, and I just finished a mad feed full of fatty cuts of bacon and pork neck and you name it. It was great. Feeling a bit lethargic at the moment. We got 4 walls and a roof, baby. Oh, I can't tell you how happy I am to have all those walls done. That's 10 days it's taken me just to get the roof and the walls on, not even including the roof frame, just the slats. I'm just gonna shave all this down and make a nice bench top for my handrail. It's still all uneven and splintered from when I split this log. I feel like I'm carving an old school wooden surfboard. Just these nice wafers keep coming off. That fits way better than I thought it was going to be. You could eat your dinner off that if you wanted to. Probably will. Beautiful. Nice little seat as well. Have a nice beer and a meal up here. It's perfect. Beautiful. A couple of nice handrails up now. Nice. So I'm just about to make the door. So we've got a bloody door. Oh, she's pretty cold. It's about -4, I think, at the moment. So these two bits here are going to be the braces for my door, which we're going to get started on. So I'm just going to run a vertical door and then we'll just put these in between. Pretty basic. Starting near the end of my trip here in Europe, and we've got to do a night here as well and have a bit of a cook up. What a special day this is, hey? Finally got some snow. Hey, I'm bloody stoked. I don't know what it is about snow, but it just makes it that much more special. And especially, I come from Australia, so I go up to the mountains a couple of times a year to go snowboarding, but I never have it on my doorstep like this. It's on my fucking house. How good's that? Just gonna enjoy this fire on the front door and cook some good food, and stay tuned for next week's episode. We're gonna stay in this thing. Whoa, this is like a bloody slosh pit down here. This is not going to be very enjoyable. Although the ground's pretty soft from all this water. It's going through like butter. It's actually pretty dry just below the surface, but it is still pretty soft, which is good. putting some old school looking hinges in for the door. Like a glove. Beautiful. How's that? And we got a door. What a day. I actually didn't think it'd come up this well. It's snug as. Today marks the 34th day that I've been building this shelter, and I'll tell you what, I couldn't be happier. I've had some bloody good times here and cooked some good food. But if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and don't forget to give it a like. I'll see you on the next one.